You tried to, hustle me.
Okay. Here we
And
go.
walk behind you going, dude, look at her butt.
So stupid.
Look at her butt. Dang, dude.
I'm recording now.
Me too.
Obviously, so are you.
Me too.
Hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
Pretty good.
Welcome
Welcome.
to another week.
A week.
So you're good on a week?
We'll see.
Oh gosh, it's like such an emotional roller coaster with you.
I know. It is. Most of it's technical. Some of it's mental. 50-50. Now it's all mental because we got a new laptop.
Right.
We're investing. We got 13 viewers and 10 listeners, so it was time to upgrade our equipment.
Hey, we're taking this serious.
So
Hopefully everybody else does.
I sure hope so. We're investing in you. So
yeah. Well, I mean, we're investing in us too.
Yeah, fine.
Oh man. All right. So this week's topic.
Yeah.
It's us.
Us.
Yeah.
This is us.
Okay, kind of. But more like the story of us. Because it's gonna have to be two parts. My view on tonight's episode though is the yesteryears.
Yesteryears, part 1.
Yeah. So like, who are we? How do we meet? Like those types of things.
Okay. I like it.
And then next week will be like today's years.
Today's years.
Who are we these days? What are we putting into our lives the past couple of years? How have we changed?
Who are we?
You know what I mean? Those types of things.
Who are we today?
Versus who we were yesterday.
Who we were then. Who we are now.
So different.
Very different.
But also very much the
very
same.
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much the same.
So we were doing a terrible job of opening up with scripture like we wanted to.
Yes. I actually have one this time.
I saw that. So why don't you take her away?
All right. This is Ephesians 5:15 through 17. It says, "Be careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the Lord's will is."
Nice.
So I picked that one, I think, to kind of goes along with this episode as far as, don't squander opportunity.
I was an opportunity for you.
You were an opportunity. Yeah.
Okay.
But just in general, over the years, we've had so much opportunity that I don't think we've learned to not squander opportunity.
Right.
We all have, the word regret is not the right word, but we do have, times when we wish we can go back and be like, man, I wish we took on that opportunity.
Yeah.
As a couple together, maybe we shouldn't have gone that direction. We went this direction or whatever it was. And also, to learn to live your days out, unfoolishly, and a little bit more wise. First of all, I say a lot, and second,
I say right. I just agree with you a lot, which might be in next week's episode.
But we grow wiser in our age and in our relationships, and I thought that was just a good one that kind of headline into the episode.
I like it.
So
you did a great job.
Thanks.
So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about us.
I like it.
How do we meet?
Well, you kind of worked for me in a sense. I was your client.
Okay, when you say it like that, people are going to be like, wait a minute.
There's no lie.
It's true.
That's the wide open truth.
You were.
I was your client.
Yep.
And you tried to, hustle me.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go.
So, we really started to know each other because you tried to screw me out of thousands of dollars.
Okay, first of all, you act like I was screwing you personally out of thousands of dollars, or like I did it with this awful intention, and that was not what happened.
No.
I took direction from a manager.
You did. You took direction from a team member of mine, and
here we are.
Here we are.
So let's rewind to before we actually met in person.
Yeah.
I had come out to California for a few different events and met up with a coworker of yours. And you refused to like come hang out with us.
Yep.
You were such a wiener.
Yep.
So ridiculous.
I was just my work ethic back then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's definitely what got in the way. Well, then we'll fast forward to when we actually met.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and take that one away?
It was at the Toyota Grand Prix in Long Beach. You had actually flown out to actually manage a lot of brand ambassadors for Toyota back then. I don't know how many you managed then. That event was probably 40 or something. Yeah. But that was the first time we actually met in person. And I remember I was there with a bunch of guys from work, but it was mainly Dan that I ran around with.
Yeah.
And I just remember talking to Dan, walking behind you, going, dude, look at her butt.
So stupid.
Look at her butt. Dang, dude. And but the day was good, and we ran around, just laughing and joking and getting to know each other, fairly quickly in terms of, because we already knew each other,
right?
Via the phone and email and stuff. And
right.
I've always given you crap on the phone for the year before that, but I came home that day and sat, on the couch with Ryan in our apartment and just said, I found the girl I'm going to marry. After only meeting you in person for one day. And that's what happened. So I married you.
You did.
Yeah.
Yep. Here we are.
Yeah.
I'll never forget like the first thing you ever said to me. I was like telling all of these brand ambassadors like what we were gonna do for this event. And the very first thing you like come up to me and you're like, where'd you get your sunglasses? And I was like, I don't know. Like
were they Ivy's?
Yeah.
Oh.
They were a boutique in Florida. And Josh worked for
he worked at Ivy.
And I was like, just some store. Also, I was still salty the fact that like this is the first question you're gonna ask me after blowing me off all this time. But
I was probably trying to be like, hey yo, my buddy, he works for that company. I could probably hook you up if we hook up.
Unfortunately for you, that didn't work out because I had a boyfriend.
I know. The patience game.
Oh, pretty funny. Yeah. I mean, after that, the ball just started rolling.
Yeah. We texted that entire weekend and from then on out, we didn't stop talking for a moment.
No. And here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Wow. Almost 9.5 years later.
How many months did we talk over the phone? You came out and visited me a couple times.
Not very many months.
And then I think we talked on the phone for...
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember.
So we met. Grand Prix was in April.
Okay.
I ended my like serious relationship in April, and I was like, "This isn't going to work out. Like, I don't see this going where it needs to go, and you deserve better than where my head's at." And you and I just continued to talk, and I think my favorite thing about you was that you were always just like, "You just need to be happy. Like whatever you have going on in life, you just need to be happy. Right. You got to figure out what that is."
Right. Everybody. I say that to everybody.
You do. Like you just, whatever it is, it's going to make you happy.
I don't care what you do, right? As long as you're happy, then if you're happy, then anybody or everybody around you can be happier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we started dating in May.
Mm-hmm.
And in between me moving to California in May, I came to see you a few times.
When did you move to California? In September? Yeah. So not very long.
No. So May to September.
Not like moving way too fast.
I know. Now, anytime somebody is like, I really met this guy that I really love, I'm like, do you?
I think
but then I also can't judge them.
I just think they're nuts.
You do. You always think
every
that.
single time.
I know.
You remind me. I'm like, no, but I was a nuts too.
Right.
And it worked out, but it's not like someone running around telling everybody like, hey, just, we did it. So everybody should just, date for a few months and then get married.
Yeah.
Good idea.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm not going to, we've got a great story.
We do.
Doesn't mean it's for everybody.
That is a very, very good point. So I moved to California in September.
Yep.
Of 2014. And then we can just fast forward to January of 2015.
Yeah. It's fast.
When we got
Got married
married.
at the courthouse.
Yep.
Yep.
I needed health insurance.
Yep.
I already knew I was going to marry you. So it was one of those like, might as well just do it.
Sure.
Let's do this. You know?
You didn't have to, sell me on the whole insurance thing.
That's true. I did not have to do that. I could have had you before that.
Yeah.
But yeah, got married and nobody except our like closest friends knew.
No, nobody knew. Our parents knew.
Yeah.
The day before.
But yeah, we'll never live that one down.
No. We gave them a good party a year later.
We did.
Yeah.
For sure. But like our extended family did not know.
No. We didn't tell anybody.
We had a couple of family members at the courthouse and all of our friends showed up.
I know.
Some of them had to like go back to work and hang out, and then other ones could like come hang out and have lunch with us. So yeah, we got married January 30th of 2015 and then had a wedding exactly a year later.
Yep.
But the beginning of our relationship was wild.
Yeah.
Like it was so easy.
It was easy. It's always been easy. It's just, everyone, I always think back to like our biggest argument or something. Like, I don't even know what our biggest argument is or was or no clue. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing or we just float by.
I don't know. I mean, we've only had probably like 2 bigger arguments. And when I say bigger, I mean where we're like legitimately like to our core upset with each other.
Yeah.
And then everything else is just like stupid.
Everything else is easy.
Like going to Starbucks on Sunday.
Yeah. Dumb argument that's over the next day.
Right.
And that's an easy relationship like we talked about in the last episode.
That's true.
Takes work.
Yes.
But it's an easy relationship.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be easy. Effortless is what I said. Didn't take much effort.
Yeah.
It just,
we always find our way back to each other.
Right. We understand each other.
Yeah.
I can read your face.
Apparently, my face doesn't hide emotion well.
No. I can't believe you're just now realizing that.
No, I've always known it. I just thought maybe I was better at it. Maybe just the older I get, I'm just like, what is my face?
It's like me. I wear everything on my face and my shoulders.
100%.
Yeah.
But
everything lives on my sleeve and on my face. Can't hide nothing.
But I also can't help it. This is my face.
Yeah.
Suppose if I walked around like this all day.
God bless the avocado kid.
It's an avocado.
It's an avocado.
I'm so excited.
I could never be like that.
No.
I'd be like, it's an avocado.
You would too. Oh, man.
And that's me trying.
So we kind of touched on like where I was in life when you and I met.
Yeah.
I lived in Florida.
You lived in Florida?
I was in a long-term relationship.
Yep.
I
was not.
Yeah. I met you and I just never stopped. Like after that, it was just like, this is who I'm supposed to be with.
Yeah.
I was never like an ounce of question. I've never doubted the decision. I'm sure my parents thought I was retarded, for lack of a better word, because
I met your mom and Charlie for the first time. It was the first time when I flew out there to drive you to California.
Yeah, because I think you met all my sisters once in California at my aunt's house.
Maybe.
Before that. But I was always the play it safe girl.
Right.
Like,
I never played anything safe
I was
in life.
in long-term relationships. I went to college. I, did the whole bit, like had the full-time job. Like I was the play it safe girl.
I sinned a lot.
This is why we work so well.
Yeah. I'm still.
Yeah.
I pray a lot now because I got a lot to repent for.
But I remember telling my parents, like, I met this guy and he lives in California and I think I'm going to quit my job and go move to California. And all my parents were like, what? And I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And I remember I gave my boss like a month's notice, which then he needed to be like, I think I need to write something in the handbook about dating our clients. And I was like, you might want to.
True. You might want to.
You might want to.
Yeah.
Or you might lose somebody else.
Yeah.
But I was always that play it safe girl. Like that's who I was. When you met me, I was the like, I'm just going to stay in this bubble and live this life that everybody thinks I shouldn't live for myself. And
I popped that bubble.
Okay. Really?
You're going to make it weird.
You're the one that
You
made
lived
it
in a
weird.
bubble and I popped it.
Oh, gosh. So, where were you in life when we met?
Man, well, drinking a lot.
We covered that already.
Partying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a lot.
Mm-hmm. What happened to that? What happened to that habit?
I was just hanging out hard.
Yeah.
With partying with my bros.
Yeah. Those bros, I tell you, those bros.
No, that's all I was doing. I
Yeah.
was working really hard. I was working a lot.
Yeah.
All I did was work.
You did work a lot.
I worked every week, almost every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I rarely had a weekend off. And in between that is when I, partied at work. And I just partied a lot.
Magically, though, you could take a day off when I was out there for Grand Prix. You took like Sunday off or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
like,
but
I
Sundays,
thought we were going to hang out. I was working. I couldn't you work?
Because I was just letting you in. You know what I mean?
Were you though? Because the night before you were going to marry me.
I was probably at Grand Prix for like 2 weeks prior to that.
Yes, you were.
So, but that's where I was. I wasn't dating anybody. I wasn't thinking about dating anybody. I was just living my single life. I always thought I was going to be the single dude in the group. Outside of maybe Jeff or Chris.
Fair. Very
But
fair.
I thought that was me. I've been a relationship guy, all through high school and, all through my early 20s and stuff. And then I got to my late 20s and, right around 30 and I was just like, I'm just cruising.
Yeah.
I have no desire to, find anybody to marry. I have no desire to have kids. I'm just going to be like Uncle Nick.
Yeah.
I'm going to be Uncle Nick to my, my siblings' kids, and I'm going to be Uncle Nick to my friends' kids. And I was really content with that.
Yeah.
And then you went and ruined all of it.
You're welcome.
So
you're welcome. Now you're the only sibling that has kids.
I know, which is so ass
except
backwards.
for Chase. Chase has a daughter, but
he does have a daughter.
It's kind of funny.
It's backwards.
It's kind of funny when you thought
I would be the one.
Be that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a lot of siblings with a lot of catching up to do.
Did you guys hear that? Come on. Take some nieces and nephews any day now.
So, but yeah, that's where I was, really nothing spectacular. I was just doing a lot of
soul searching.
I wasn't even soul searching.
Searching.
I wasn't even searching.
Longing.
Maybe,
I'm trying to
maybe longing. Maybe longing. I wasn't denying or saying no. I was just like, I'm not even going to bother.
Fair.
I'm not even going to bother.
Okay.
And then you just, crept in slowly as we talked over the, the year we were talking on the phone. And then I saw you in person and just,
swept you right off your feet.
Blew my mind.
Swept you right off your feet.
Blew my mind.
I'm telling you.
And I was like, I'm going to be a husband, a dad. I'm going to be all sorts of things with this woman.
Look at us now.
Back in Florida.
Yeah. Well, I knew you weren't coming to Florida.
I wasn't ever going to move to Florida because Josh always taught me that Florida is the armpit of the country.
I have so many comments on that, which we will get to. Probably.
Look at us now, Josh.
Yeah. Who's the most Florida out of all of us, Josh?
The world is jealous of us here.
That's true. But I was never coming back to Florida.
You were No. You were escaping, running away, and you were never looking back.
No. Which I had always wanted to live in California. That was like bucket list item for me. Now I would never go back to that shithole to save my life.
Beautiful, beautiful place.
Absolutely stunning. But yeah, I was like, well, he's never going to move to Florida, and I've always wanted to live in California. I'm just going to pack up my Lancer, my 2 dogs.
See how it works out.
And head west. So here I go. Yeah, and really never looked back.
Yeah.
But I was definitely never coming back here.
For sure.
And then that'll be in, next week's episode of Today's
That'll be in now, the nowadays.
Nowadays.
The nowadays.
Today's days.
Nowadays.
What was your okay, you made the joke about the butt thing, but what was it actual first attraction that you were like, okay.
I don't know what, I think it was, it's not so much anymore. I'm definitely in a different place where I'd like to think I don't cuss as much,
Oh God, I'm the worst. I really need to get it together.
And I'm very mellow on this little talk show we've got going on here because I cuss a lot.
Same.
I need to change that, but that's neither here nor there. But that was one of the things. Like I loved how loud you were when I met you, and I loved. It wasn't the cussing that I loved, but you know, it was like I was like infatuated with the fact that she cussed like a sailor. Like it was like you just didn't hold anything back.
No.
And you just spoke whatever you had to speak. You just and everything came out of your mouth, and it was intelligent. And it was funny.
Right.
You know, it wasn't trashy or anything. It was enjoyable to listen to.
Right.
You know, and then you had a big butt. I liked it.
Perfect. Still have that going for me. I think for me, my like first thing with you was like, you have this like calming aura about you.
I do.
You do. And it's like, you can just like turn anything into a good mood. Like anything.
I try.
And and you're pretty funny. So I'll give you that. But yeah, you just, I don't know, you like balanced me in a way that I had never been balanced before. I was like, oh, okay, this is the like meaning of like opposite attract.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Because I am like balls to the wall with my like personality, and I'm big and I'm loud, and you are not that, but you are like the perfect balance to like taming me and keeping me calm.
I'll take it.
Usually when I need it most.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think obviously having kids is like my favorite thing, but I would say like our first year of marriage was like my favorite.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just us doing whatever we wanted to do.
If it wasn't for age for me, not that, you know, how old was I?
30.
You turned 33, right, with Olive.
You turned 31 the year I moved to California.
Yeah. But I feel like, you know, if I feel like we would have waited longer to have kids. If I was a little bit younger, we could have, you know, partied and traveled and done a little bit more together for 2 or 3 years, you know, versus, you know, a year and a half or whatever it was. Not that I regret anything. We have a wonderful life, but I really enjoyed us. Yeah. You know, before kids. I think we were just, it was a lot of fun. Yeah. Especially in California with our group of friends. Right. We had a blast.
We did.
Yeah.
We were always together.
Right. And it was a good enough time that it wasn't like we felt we needed to travel the world or we needed to travel all over the place and have extravagant experiences. We actually
we traveled that Laguna Beach trolley.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We had a lot of fun with each other that, you know, we were all in each other's world, and that was good enough. Yeah. You know, that was a lot of fun.
I will never forget my first 4th of July with your group of friends. Down in the Dana Point Harbor. Yeah. It was a blast. It was probably the most fun that I've ever had in my entire life. You know,
those were good times.
Yeah. All of my 4th of July have been like, we're going to go shoot fireworks off in our backyard. And here we are. Was
chaos.
Straight chaos. Yeah. Like, I don't think I could have ever been mentally prepared for that 4th of July. But it was the most fun that I had ever had. And I was like, this is going to be my life soon. Mm-hmm. Which was also weird to me. Yeah. Because a few months later I moved out there. But yeah, I would just remember like, this is our life.
It was really cool.
Our life
Dana Point was it's a beautiful, beautiful city.
It is.
You know, that's, you know, aside from, you know, it's hard to say I miss friends because they're all moved out of California for the most part now. But, you know, that's one of the parts that I miss the most is that city. It's a beautiful city.
Absolutely.
You know, and I wish we would have utilized it more, but. Yeah. You know, but whatever.
I wish we would have never moved out of our first apartment.
I know, that was cool.
That place was the best.
Yeah, a little studio.
Full circle. Ashley, your sister, her friend lives there now.
I know, that's really cool. Small world.
And my lemon tree is still.
It's always a small world.
Kicking ass. And she loves it, which makes me happy too. But yeah, you bought me a lemon tree and we planted it on the patio.
I bought it because I was saying sorry for an argument we had.
I know.
I don't remember what it was, but that plant exists because of that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
And it has thrived.
It's flourishing.
Thrived there.
Yeah.
For like 9 years now.
It's pretty wild.
It is pretty cool. But that apartment was so fun.
Even our little townhouse was cool too.
Our townhouse was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
That one was a good place. But the Dana Point apartment, man, we lived right across the street from Ryan and Becky.
Yep.
Not that when we moved to the townhouse, we were still right up the street, but that was funny.
Yeah, that was a neat place. A lot of cool experiences.
Yeah.
A lot of good times.
There was no bedroom door.
No bedroom door. Barely a bedroom.
Barely had a bedroom. Didn't have a closet door.
Anybody who stayed the night had to sneak into our room to go to the bathroom.
They did. It's so true. Our landlords lived upstairs.
Yeah.
With their kids. And they used to do like a ton of laundry. And I used to just be like, why is there so many articles of baby clothes in one load of laundry? And I am now 100% the person.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate every bit of it.
Yeah. Folding children's clothes is the worst
I want to
thing.
make enough money that we just buy new baby clothes all the time.
Are you going to have more babies?
They just wear it once. Even now. You just wear it once and then we just donate it.
I don't ever want to live that.
So we never have to wash clothes again.
So, do you think that's realistic?
No, but it's good for a lot of people that get donated clothes.
Yeah, but you could just have somebody come in and like do the laundry for us. It would also be way cheaper. You wouldn't have to do the laundry.
For the record, we don't have that kind of money.
Not even. I'll still be doing the laundry for, I don't know, the next 100 years.
And I'll still fold it and complain.
100%. That will be marriage.
Yeah.
Marriage, you guys.
What else is on that list?
So I did ask on Instagram for people to send us some questions. And I've kind of broken them up because some of them would go better with next week, like talking about where we are today.
Yep.
But a couple of these go back to just kind of take us back to like the beginning of our relationship. So one of them is, if you could describe each other in one word, what would it be?
It's a crazy question just to pop off with a word.
I know.
I didn't even hear that one to begin with the plan on.
I know. That was the other
pay attention to the notes.
We know. But I also just put the note in this morning and I still haven't thought about what my
one word
would be.
Better think through this carefully.
For sure.
Cue
it might be argument number 3.
Cue the Jeopardy music.
I'm losing brain cells if you don't have it.
I'm going to say beautiful in the sense that, I mean, you're beautiful, but you're beautiful in the way you care for people, the way you're a wife, the way you're a mother, the way you're...
Are you going to cry?
I always cry. That's just what I do. I can't control it.
I love it.
I would have thought I would have grown out of it.
No. It's like you grew back into it.
Yeah, because I stopped taking medication. It's amazing how much medication wipes your
Totally
feelings away.
You.
But no, you're just a beautiful person. And that's what I love and admire about you.
I appreciate that. My one word for you.
Better be as good as mine.
Please. You're pretty tenacious.
Okay.
You don't ever quit. And it doesn't mean like you give up on like hobbies very easily.
Sure. I mean,
but,
if I'm not going to pay attention to it, I might as well get rid of it.
But you never quit like finding what fills your cup and like what brings you joy. You'll try everything and anything, just to see if it's the next thing.
Yeah.
And you love so fiercely, like in our family with our kids and me and your parents and your siblings, like you never stop. You're always on it. And sometimes I want to smack you for it, but
it's all right.
At the same time,
I like to stay busy.
I do love you for it.
I appreciate it.
So then,
what is that one? States we've lived in.
Yep.
Which is our favorite. So not too many. We've lived in California, Tennessee, and Florida.
Yep.
But Tennessee is by far my favorite state to have lived in.
Yeah.
That's a cool state.
Yeah.
Beautiful state.
For sure.
A lot of good people.
Yeah.
A very cool vibe. The land is gorgeous and it's
so different.
The mountain ranges there are awesome. The lakes there are second to none. Mm-hmm. I was a lake kid growing up, but it wasn't like we went like, annual lake vacations. We didn't go to the lake.
Oh no, we did. We were religious lake kids.
Right.
Now I hate being in the water.
Yeah. But Tennessee, the lakes are just so much fun.
Different.
Yeah. They hit different. As the kids say.
They do.
They hit different.
They do.
But they're...
I think to talk about those like yesteryears, right? Is so we moved from California to Tennessee when Olive was a year and a half.
Yep.
We moved in July, which was still hot in Tennessee.
Yeah, that was a eye opener for sure.
Yeah. I left the house hunting to you. Women don't ever do that. No. We ended up living in Antioch, Tennessee. About a mile from where the Waffle House was shot up.
Sight unseen.
Yeah, no, literally.
We just found a house online, and the day we got there, we went to the rental property office, we picked up the keys, and we went and moved into the house. And the end of wasn't even the end of a cul-de-sac, it was just a dead end street.
It was just a dead end street.
And we had some, cool,
great neighbors.
Great neighbors.
We did. We have great neighbors. Across the street from us.
But they also had a lot of stuff that fell off the back of trucks.
Yeah.
Good deals on lighting.
Yeah.
Good deals on some speakers.
Yeah.
Some sneakers.
They were really, really funny people.
Some weed.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. They were great people though. They
cool.
Definitely.
They were cool.
They always watched out for our house and for Olive and for us. And so.
But it was like 1 block away from the Waffle House that got shot up.
Literally. You pulled out of our neighborhood. And you would be crossing the street.
And you'd hear gunshots every now and then.
Yeah.
And then there was some random lady who got shot in someone's front lawn around the corner on the street next to us. And
I was like, it's time for us to start looking for a house.
Thank the Lord that the tree fell on the house.
Oh, that did happen. Yeah.
Things happen for a reason. That's how we were able to get out of it.
That's true.
So I told him the day we moved in there.
You did
my
say
dad
it.
was there. We were looking at that tree.
Yes.
And called him and said, this tree's going to fall.
Mm-hmm.
You should probably have it taken down. And they're landlords. No, they don't want to spend any money.
Of course not.
Shit fell 8 months later, right in the house in the middle of the night.
Yep. And I was like, oh.
Right over top of our bedroom.
Nope. This mama bear is taking this kid and we are getting out of here.
Yep. And then we went and started searching for a house.
Mm-hmm.
And found exactly what we wanted.
Yeah. Just kind of wild.
Yeah.
We bought our house in Tennessee from an older couple whose family had lived on that land for 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they owned our house and then the house next to it.
Yep.
And I think it totaled probably around 4 acres.
Yeah.
Our house sat on half an acre.
Yeah. Just over him.
And then the land next door was 3.5 acres and it had an old, just abandoned house on it.
Yep.
It was totally overgrown. But we just drove around and found that house and
had a little creek running through it.
A lot of work.
Had green shag carpet.
It did.
Florals falling in.
Yes. It did have all of that.
But man, it was
the best.
Put in that work.
Yeah.
Put in that work.
Yep. So we bought our house in January.
Yep.
January is our month.
That is our month.
That's definitely our month. So bought our house in January.
Married in January. Olive in January.
Yep. Bought this house in April. Had Archer in April. Maybe our months are January and April.
That's pretty coincidental.
But yeah, so we moved into our house. My sister Brooke graduated the police academy. And so in the middle of doing all those house renovations, we were pause.
Yeah.
We got to go to North Carolina. And we came back and moved everything in. And
luckily I had a home-based job.
Yep. You worked remote.
Before COVID.
I know.
So that was cool. So I was able to go over there every single day and take phone calls and work there and work on it until midnight for a month.
Yeah. That's where we met Bubby.
Good old Bubby.
Yeah. Such a good dude.
Crazy.
Wild dude.
I don't even know what he was or is. Is he Indian?
I mean, he's a man.
Well, I know he's a man, but he's he's like a crazy Indian.
Yeah. Such a great dude.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
He would come over and help you work on the house when I had all of over at the other house. But it would be the cutest thing. He would pull in the driveway and she would be like, Bubby's here.
Yep.
Such a great guy. Super helpful.
Very helpful. Couldn't have done it without him.
No, in that transition of life.
Nope.
Loved that house. Loved that house. Had so much potential.
Yeah, it did. That was a cool house.
Yeah.
Tried to hold on to it.
We did. We both lost our jobs to COVID. Mm-hmm. And I, called my dad and was like, hey, do you have a job for 2 kids that just lost their jobs to COVID? And he was like, well, actually, I do. I would love to have, somebody in the office to help me out. Your sister wants to go to nursing school. So what do you say? And I was like, I'll give it a year. And he was like, well, I need more dedication than that. And I was like, no, I'll give it a year.
Here we are.
6 months in.
Yep.
We bought this house.
Yep.
We just haven't looked back. This will be year 4.
Year 4. Lots happened in 4 years.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
But we did try to hold on to the Tennessee house.
We did. Good old COVID renters protection laws that they had there for a minute.
Yeah. Really. That one did a number on me.
That pissed me off.
That one did a number on me.
But it worked out. It did. It's what is it? What did I just say today? That, God's He's going to reward you, but it's just not going to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be tough and grueling and character building. And, it's supposed to be a life full of lessons. And, it's rewarding at the end.
It's definitely rewarding.
Should you do all the right things on the way?
Very true.
And, we sat back and we were patient. And, we could have kicked in doors and been total a-holes, and it was really hard not to.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
I also don't think I could have ever gone back to that house because our tenants had somebody die in that house.
Somebody died in the house. They had like 13 dogs.
Yeah. Like 13 people living there.
There was 13 people living there. Doors were kicked off the hinges.
Pretty sure somebody was sleeping in the shed. It was just a lot of weird.
It was, weird we didn't get in that house. We got paid 1 month's rent, and then we didn't get paid for 10 months. So we had a mortgage without having a house.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
That was brutal. Then they did about $10,000 worth of damage to the house.
Yep.
And you and I were like, oh my God, I don't even know how we're going to pay to fix this. But we have to figure it out. It's the only way we're going to be able to sell it.
Yep.
We put it on the market, and it was right at the height of like the market going crazy.
Yeah.
Put it on the market, and we got an offer to like a young couple that this would have been their first house together too.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm really playing my heartstrings here. And then their like closing got pushed back, and they were like, but we still want the house. We'll offer you more money. And I was like, okay.
I know.
And then at the same time, the land developers next to our house that bought the 3.5 acres before, they were like, we'll be your cash offer.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it off your hands.
I was like,
and I was like, I'm not going to take it away from this family.
Yeah.
Right.
They really wanted it.
Right.
And we closed on that house when we were on vacation in St. Martin.
Did we really?
Yes.
Wow.
That's when our closing got pushed to. So we closed on our house, and I'll never forget our realtor, Jay, was like, I'm sorry to bother you on vacation. And I was like, Jay, you can bother me anytime, because you are talking about money here.
Right.
And then we sold that house, which was like so bittersweet.
Yeah.
We did really well on the house, but God, I hated to get rid of it.
I know. It was a cool house.
And then we moved. We were already here in Florida, and so we moved on to bought a house here.
Yep. But life changed here. It's been a good thing. It's, with the addition of Archer and our new home and, our new church, every time we talk, not talk about, but anytime we were like, man, Tennessee sounds so good. I wish we were back there. One of the biggest things I think about is, man, I'd miss this church.
Oh my God, I told you that the other day. Like anytime I look at like property, because obviously next, if I'm going to ever leave this house, it's going to be to go to property. And I'm like, oh God, the drive to church. Our church is literally around the corner from our house.
And it's a great church.
It's
an
the
awesome
most amazing church
good
ever.
People, good pastor.
Yeah.
Right. So, but
Bayside Community Church.
Bayside Community.
Lakewood Ranch campus.
And you can watch them online.
You can.
But it's God's been good. God's followed us. God's followed us from California for sure.
Absolutely.
But I hadn't seen it, really seen it until Florida.
Yeah.
In this house and, where we're at and where we're headed and, the things we've, accumulated and, the gifts that we've been given since we've been down here.
Mm-hmm.
That's, that was Florida for me has been nothing but growth in relationship to God.
I totally agree with that. I couldn't agree with that more.
And I think, I think we're supposed to be here right now. And again, going back to nothing's easy, because right now nothing is easy.
Right.
It doesn't feel easy, right? Even today was a hard one for me, just with work and anxiety and just feeling like I'm failing. And, I just got to remember that, it's not supposed to be easy. If it was easy, I'd be lazy.
Well, and everybody would do it.
But I'd be lazy.
Yeah. Sure.
It's easy. The devil's the one who makes it easy.
Mm-hmm.
Because he'll just give you everything you need and then you just die off.
It's true.
But, but going back, this has been a very interesting ride moving here from Tennessee. Tennessee has my heart, but
yeah,
this place has a lot of my soul for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. I know we always say like we'll end up in Tennessee, like retirement, obviously,
for sure.
Down
1,000%.
So keep this in the archives, but Olive Archer, you will be visiting us in Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm not visiting you.
No, you're going to have to come.
Role reversal.
You're going to have to come up there. Come find us in the mountains somewhere. No, I have to agree with you. This moving to Florida was really hard for me. Like I said, I was never coming back to Florida.
Right.
I hate being hot. I hate the bugs. I hate the humidity. Like all of it just was like soul sucking, the idea. But it really has like totally changed my perspective on life, my like outlook, things I want, things I don't want. Things I used to chase are not important anymore.
Right.
Things that I didn't think were important are super important.
Yeah. I feel you on that one because there's not many things that materialistic things these days that I really don't care. I don't care about them at all. I just don't.
Right. But down to just, I've always been the person that was like, well, I'll never homeschool my kids. And now I'm like, maybe one day we will,
right.
My whole perspective has changed since living here. And so it's kind of funny to think about, what opportunities and stuff the state has brought us, or this move brought to us.
Right.
And getting us to this phase of life. And I literally love our church.
Yeah, me too. I get excited to go.
Yeah. Like, I don't know many people that are like, yes, Sunday, I'm going to 8:15.
I know, right? Yeah.
Every time somebody goes to our church, I'm like, what service do you go to? They're like 11, whatever it is, 11:45 or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, no.
I like to get my God in early.
Yeah. And then I'm like,
such it for the day.
It does.
And it gets you up.
Yeah.
If we went to 11:15, I'd be in bed until 9.
Every bit of that.
Right. And I hate that.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah.
But I do love our church. I love the pastor. He's easy, relatable, kind, funny, and something that I do love, a tradition that has just happened to work out. You and I started going to Bayside on our own because a neighbor invited us.
Yeah.
And after that, I told my parents and my sister, and I was like, hey guys, we found a church. I really think we should all go together. It could be totally a good time. And we have all been going to Bayside ever since, every Sunday.
Which is really kind of sad because she doesn't go anymore. The person who got us going doesn't go anymore. And it's been,
Yeah.
You watch, you kind of watch the downfall of somebody.
Yeah.
And you can sit back and go, I know exactly why.
Yeah.
Why it's all happening.
For sure.
You slip away from God.
Yeah.
And things start to fall.
Yeah.
And that's what happened, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's kind of really sad. But
I agree with that.
At the very least, there was a lot of positive that came out of it, with us going, our family changing for the better. And, and I don't want to call it sacrificial because I don't think it's that. But, there was, for whatever reason, there was a sacrifice made there. So who knows? Hopefully she gets back there.
I would love that. That would be fantastic.
For sure.
Well, I think we should end on this note because we've kind of fast forward to today's years.
We're creeping in.
We are.
We should hit a pause button.
Hit a pause. We'll pick this up next week.
Yep.
Where we'll talk about more in depth this move, coming to Florida, what these past couple of years have been like for us. our marriage, how we handle things, how we do things, what works for us, what doesn't work for us.
Yep.
So yeah, I think we'll put a pin in this one.
Put a pin in it.
And then we'll carry on next week.
Consider it pinned.
Like to Instagram?
Like Pinterest.
Wow.
It's pinned. You don't pin on Instagram.
Did you see what happened just now?
You said something that didn't make sense.
But it does.
Does it?
Yeah, you do. You can pin your post and they stay at the top of your Instagram.
Oh, it even has a little pin. I don't play on Instagram that much.
What were you saying though?
Well, it's been a good time. It's good talking to you.
It was good talking to you
Can't
too.
wait to see you again next Monday.
See you again next Monday.
See you again next Monday.
Yeah.
See you guys again next Monday.
See you guys. Well,
it's going to be weekly.
Friday, though. You'll see us on Friday.
We're in an alternate universe.
Yeah.
It's Monday tonight. It's Friday for you.
See you on Friday.
See you next Friday.
No, this Friday.
See you this Friday. And then again next Friday because it's weekly.
Yeah.
And every Friday after that.
Gosh, I wish I could just hit stop on his phone and his mic and everything. All right, let's close her out.
Close it.
With prayer.
Do it.
Ready?
Yep.
Although I did close last week's out with prayer.
I trust in you.
I'm sure you do. All right. Dear Lord, thank you for another beautiful day. A great day spent with our family. It's always nice to have them come over, just pop in, even if it's for a few hours. And I am very, very grateful to live within, driving distance so that can happen. Thank you for easing the anxiety that Nick was feeling from work today. I could visibly see him be a little bit less stressed when he got home. Continue to guide us on this journey, keeping an eye on all of our family and friends and our listeners. They're our new friends. Continue to watch over us, keep us safe, guide us where you believe we should be, and continue to use us to spread your word and your message. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Nicely said.
Thanks.
I like it.
Anytime.
Yep.
I'll be here next Monday.
See you guys again on Friday. Next Friday.
Sayonara.
Peace out.
Suckers.